I've been abroad lately. I've been traveling a lot in the UK and singing in different places and hanging out with people. And when you're over there, there's people from all over the world because, you know, they're all so much closer to each other, the countries, than we are. We're so isolated over here, and they all just have such a great, you know, feel and understanding of each other's cultures. And there's such a huge, overwhelming support for Barack Obama. It's like not even a contest over there. It's ridiculous. And they're just waiting to see if the United States is going to get their act together and vote the right person in. They don't care about color. They don't care, you know, race and his name and all. I mean, they don't. It's incredible, and they're nervous over there, you know, and what that makes me feel is that I think it's so, you know, the Republicans talk about safety all the time, you know, and inflict this fear in everyone about all of this terrorism and all this stuff. But the idea of Barack building things from the bottom up, where it's about coming together and him representing this type, you know, all these cultures and under a compassion, you know, for people, that I think that's where we're really going to end up making our world a safer place, because, you know, they'll feel like they can relate to him and he can go in there and talk to those people, and damn it, you know, if he does want to talk to some, you know, crazy dictator people, I mean, he could probably do it, you know? It takes that special person, that special thing that he has that's brought us all here, and he can, you know, that's why it makes me so angry when they talk about, you know, his speeches and his words not meaning, you know, just being fluff or something, because it is what makes a difference. It's those people that can get up and bring people together just by their magic, you know, and I just... So I don't know, so when you're talking to people and everything, if you want to talk about making this world safer, I think that's where it's going to be safer, through diplomacy, and yeah, he'll be a hard ass and he'll do what he has to do, but he will also really reach out and gain the respect and our standing in the world, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I just want that back. They don't respect us the same anymore, and America is a superpower, but you know, pretty soon it's going to be about China and Brazil and India and America. We're going to have to globally all share this world, you know, and so we need someone that's going to get along with people and not just come in and say, we're going to bat you over the head and bring in our armies and do whatever we can. Anyway. And on a personal note, you know, hopefully soon I'll have little chocolatey babies running around, and I'd like them to grow up in the world and see somebody, you know, I don't know if the campaign would like me to say this, but it's important to me. I want them to be able to see themselves in their president. And so, thanks, guys. Thanks for being here.
So, Aisha, Idina, Tyler, thank you for being here. Oh, excuse me. Hey, hold on. I got two. Aisha, Tyler, Taye. Clearly I know who you are. I know who you are. I do apologize. We are going to ask a few questions, and I wanted to prompt the audience, if you do have questions, to write them down and pass them over to me, because we only have one right now. But the first one it comes from Ms. Catherine Carps. And it says, as a black woman, I haven't voted, and I'm not sure if I'm a Democrat or Republican. And how do you determine, you know, how have you determined that you're a Democrat? You know, how do you make that decision?
Well, I think that's a really good question. And I really think you have to think about what's important to you, what your values are. I think that's how you pick a candidate. I don't necessarily think you have to agree with everything that a party stands for to vote for that party's candidate. I think it's really about what you care for personally. So look at the issues in your life and what you care about. Do you have children? Do you want your children to have access to good education? Do you want your kids to have safe streets to play on? Do you want your kids to be able to afford to go to college? Do you want your kids to have a clean environment to live in? I will say specifically on the issue of the environment, because that was what I majored in, this is an issue I think that African American communities don't feel like very connected with, because it seems like it's kind of a crunchy, hippie, granola, sandal wearing kind of an issue. But I will tell you that this is a poor person's issue. This is a persons of color issue. When companies dump chemicals, where do they dump them? In poor and black and brown neighborhoods. When there is not clean drinking water, who is drinking it? Poor, black, and brown communities. Who's living by the dumps? Who's living by the nuclear waste sites? Who is getting the shaft? Who has the highest incidence of asthma and lead paint poisoning? Is poor, black, and brown communities. This is our issue, and we need to get passionate about it. You don't wait until someone's worried about an owl in Oregon, because right now people in your neighborhood are affected by these issues. So look at what's important to you. For me, another issue that's really important is a woman's right to choose. That's not everybody's issue, but that's an important issue to me. And I think even if you don't know how you feel about specifically that issue in particular, there is only one candidate who really cares about women's health issues, and that's Barack Obama. He has consistently voted on the side of providing health education, sex education, access to medical care for pregnant women, pre- and postnatal services. I'm telling you, and I know this for a fact, that John McCain has a 100% negative record of voting issues for women's health and women's issues. He does not care about women's issues, and it's not just about birth control, and it's not just about access to abortions. It's about, can a young woman who has no medical insurance go to a clinic and get basic healthcare services? When you can't afford to go to the hospital, where do you go? Women go to neighborhood clinics. One of the candidates wants to help fund those clinics and keep them open, and the other one doesn't. So think about what's important to you, and then it doesn't have to be like you get up and read the New York Times cover to cover every day. Go online and just look at the websites and see. There'll be bullet points, and you'll say, okay, I can see that this person cares about the things that I care about. You don't have to register Democrat or Republican. You can register independent, and you can pick and choose. I'm sure there are some knucklehead Democrats running around the joint. You know what I mean? You'll find the people that appeal to you and that believe in the things that you believe in, and that's how you decide. But know that your decision does make a difference. And if you're leading by example, if you're voting, and if you're getting educated, and if you're talking about these issues, your circle becomes wider and wider, and you improve the lives and the outlook of everybody around you. So it's not just you, it's the people in your life, and you really can change people's minds, and you really can make a difference. I'm done.
Outstanding. Okay, the second question, I don't have a name, but it says, as entertainers, the Republicans seem to discount your participation in the political process, calling it the star factor, in quotes. How do you feel when the opposition acts as if your celebrity is a bad thing?
I'd say, what are they doing with Sarah Palin? I think it only serves them. It only serves, it's only good for them when it serves them. And we're just passionate people out there talking about the things that we believe in, and
we're just Americans like everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's just feeling threatened by the